The Third Reich, also known as Nazi Germany, was the totalitarian regime led by Adolf Hitler from 1933 to 1945. This period in German history was marked by extreme nationalism, anti-Semitism, and militarism, culminating in World War II and the Holocaust. The rise of the Third Reich had profound and devastating consequences for Germany and the world. Adolf Hitler, a charismatic and manipulative leader, rose to power in Germany in the early 1930s on a platform of extreme nationalism and anti-Semitism. He blamed Germany's problems on Jews, communists, and other minority groups, and promised to restore the country to its former glory. In 1933, Hitler was appointed chancellor and quickly consolidated his power, dismantling democratic institutions and establishing a totalitarian regime. Under Hitler's leadership, the Third Reich embarked on a campaign of militarization and expansionism, violating the Treaty of Versailles and annexing neighboring territories. Hitler's aggressive foreign policy ultimately led to the outbreak of World War II in 1939, as Germany invaded Poland, sparking a global conflict that would last for 6 years and result in millions of deaths. One of the most infamous aspects of the Third Reich was the Holocaust, the systematic genocide of 6 million Jews and millions of other victims, including Roma, disabled individuals, and political dissidents. The Nazi regime implemented a policy of racial purity, seeking to eliminate any group deemed inferior or undesirable. Concentration camps were established across Europe, where prisoners were subjected to forced labor, starvation, and extermination in gas chambers. The Third Reich also imposed strict control over all aspects of German society, including the economy, education, and the media. Propaganda was used to glorify Hitler and the Nazi Party, while dissent was ruthlessly suppressed. The regime promoted a cult of personality around Hitler, portraying him as a visionary leader and savior of the German people. Despite the brutality and oppression of the Third Reich, there were individuals and groups who resisted Hitler's regime. The White Rose resistance movement, led by students and intellectuals, distributed anti-Nazi leaflets and engaged in acts of sabotage. The July 20th plot in 1944, orchestrated by high-ranking military officers, attempted to assassinate Hitler and overthrow the government. In the final years of the war, as Allied forces closed in on Germany, the Third Reich began to crumble. Hitler committed suicide in his bunker in Berlin in April 1945, and Germany surrendered unconditionally in May. The aftermath of the war brought about the Nuremberg trials, where Nazi leaders were held accountable for their crimes against humanity. The legacy of the Third Reich continues to haunt Germany and the world. The horrors of the Holocaust serve as a stark reminder of the dangers of totalitarianism, racism, and intolerance. The rise and fall of the Third Reich remain a cautionary tale, highlighting the importance of vigilance and resistance in the face of tyranny.